Hello and welcome to the fourth and final video for our basic WCS orientation series. We left off in video 3 as we had just positioned the vise directionally below the workpiece. And what we need to do now is modify the Z level to an appropriate depth for work holding. And then we're also going to create our OP30 WCS plane, which we have not done yet. So in this case, we're going to begin again by moving the vise up to a proper depth. I'm going to basically hold the bottom ½ inch of this part. But in reality, you want to, if you're machining a piece like this, you want to have as much of the workpiece in the vise as possible. So we actually, maybe we'll sink this down an inch just so we get a full good grip on it. We're going to do that by using Translate again. Again, that's my go-to tool for moving in just directional moves and not rotating. Select the vise that we're using for OP30. We're going to end the selection. I'm going to use the annulment and the ruler to go ahead and move that. So I want to move in the Z in this time at this point. So I'm going to click on the green arrow. And let's say it looks like the depth on our vise is like 1 3/4 inches, if I remember correctly. So if we move up all the way up, probably 2 inches, I believe that's a pretty good it's a pretty good grip right there. It looks actually that's too much. I see that on 1.1625. It shouldn't be bottomed out on the vise. There should be a little bit of gap. There we go. So 1.625 gets us to where we want to be. I'm going to click OK. And then you can see that we've got the part clamped as much as we possibly can without touching the bottom. We would, again, want to have a set of parallels under here to keep everything square and clean. So now that we have the part positioned in the vise the way we'd like it, we're going to go ahead and create a new WCS plane. Go in the bottom left-hand corner, go to Planes. We're going to create a G56, again, by using solid face. So I'm going to come up here from solid face. I'm going to select the solid face that we're looking to get the position on. Again, our plane by default comes up in the right position, Z, Y, and X. Everything looks great there, so we're going to click OK. If it wasn't correct, we have to cycle through to find the right one. After we click OK, it allows us to rename this. So we'll do our G56. And we also want to change our origin position, which is going to be, again, the bottom left-hand corner here. Perfect. All right. After we have that set up, we're going to click OK. And we'll notice, again, our G56 has become active. I'm just going to make sure everything looks good. I'm going to hit the equal sign, which basically brings everything down. And then when I click on my G view, it should go to top, just like that. Perfect. Looks good. All right. So now we have all of our operations set up, and we are ready to actually perform machining on this part. That will be done in a separate tutorial. For now, what we're going to do is just make sure our levels are turned on appropriately. So we have the OP30 vise and the part file turned on. I want to go ahead and save this view sheet. I'm going to right click and do Save View Sheet Bookmark. And now I have 3 perfect setups all ready to go and ready to apply some tool paths to them. To end this series, I just want to discuss a little bit more about the planes. Okay. What we were basically doing by setting these planes up is we were determining where your machinist is going to be touching up on the part. So most of the time, your plane is going to be set up on a datum or some other important piece of geometry that the machinist can actually get a good point of reference on. So in this case, the bottom left-hand corner works out great for this, because what the machinist is going to do is run either an edge finder or a probe against these 2 surfaces, and as well as the top surface by touching up with a tool, most likely, or a probe. and zeroing out the machine based on this. So all the coordinate moves are going to be based off of this 0 point here. And that goes for everyone we just did. So op 10, he would touch off here, he or she would touch off here. Op 20, again, same thing. Reposition it in the vise, touch off the tools, make sure everything's zeroed out. And the same thing with the op 30. Okay, that's basically what we're doing. By using the bottom left-hand corner, if you picture our Cartesian coordinate plane again, everything moving from the left, from left to right, or in the upwards direction here is going to be a positive move. And then having our Z set up on top of the part means that if you see a Z negative move in your code, you know that you're either removing material or you're underneath where the part starts, and you have to watch for conflicts when the tool is moving in that direction. Otherwise, again, level control is really important. In this case, we had a couple of simple setups, so it wasn't too big of a deal. But as you start doing more and more complicated fixturing and more complicated parts, you're going to want to make sure you have a good handle on this. And also the view sheets are really come in handy. So I recommend that you try to practice this and get a good handle on that as well. Okay. I hope you enjoyed this video series. I think it was helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. I'll get back to you. The next series will probably involve doing some simple tool paths to the same file, and I also want to create some different videos on levels specifically, and some more complicated WCS information down the line. So again, thank you very much. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time.